guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Amber, and today I have two helpers. I have Bryson. Can you say hi, Bryson?
Hi.
And I have Keegan. Keegan, can you say hi?
Hi.
And today we're going to talk about a few things that you can reuse for your garden or for your seed starting. So today I'm going to talk about canisters and how we can reuse those. So if you are like me to go through half and half or any type of large container, half-gallon jug like this, you can reuse it. So just cut it in half like I did here. And as you can tell, I'm reusing it again. I plant my cucumbers and some of my tomato plants in here just because it's a little bit easier to pull them out of, and I already have them so I don't have to purchase anything. Just cut the top off. So that's one way to reuse a few things. Brycey, what do you have there? A cup? Yeah, these are clear containers. So this, and you want them kind of large, and you just want to cut the tops off of them again, and you can flip them right over. Clean them out, of course. Flip them over, and you can set them on top of your plant that you've already planted in case there's a frost warning coming. So say you thought the frost was all, the last frost was done, and you were over that, and then Michigan calls and says, just kidding, you can put these guys right over those plants. It is nice to keep them clear just because then they absorb the sun's rays if they are out during the day, but that's one way. And again, just reusing those plastic milk containers. I have just cut one up, and actually out of one milk container, I think I got something like 20 different slips of these, but then you can just write your plant's name right on them and use them as garden markers. And they're very sturdy in the garden. They don't, if you write them with Sharpie, they don't seem to wash right off. They do pretty well in the garden. So a couple different ways to use that. What else did we go through quite a bit over here, guys? Do you remember? What did we plant here? What is this?
Salad.
We did. We planted salad right here in our egg container. So what I did is I just mixed some of my soil. We just took some of our soil potting mix and we planted our seeds and used this as a greenhouse cover. And then I actually wrapped it with saran wrap to give it more of, to hold in some more humidity. Yeah. And then when it was done and it was ready for sunlight, I just used that as the holder. So now when these guys are big enough to go into our cold frame, you can just cut these right out and plant them right in there. I would suggest doing a few slits on the side just so the roots can expand throughout them, or just pulling them right out depending on how good your root structure is. And those are just a few things that you can reuse at your home to save some money on your garden. Let's take a look at some sweet potatoes that I've started and some different ways to plant those guys now. Okay, so we are going to start the traditional way, which is when you cut the sweet potato in half and put them in water so they form a slip. So what I have done is I've gone to Trader Joe's. They carry organic sweet potatoes, so that's where I've been getting mine from. And I've just let them sit in my pantry until they formed an eye. Now on a sweet potato, an eye is going to have a purplish white sprout coming out of it. That's what we're looking for. And so once you've seen the purplish white sprout coming out of the sweet potato, you know it's ready to be planted. So at that point, you can cut the sweet potato in half and put them in water, and I will show you. This is one sweet potato that I put in water about 3 weeks ago, and they do take quite a while before they start to produce your slips. So like I said, 3-4 weeks ago I planted this guy, and I finally got a couple of good sprouts coming out of this one. Now I've been told that you can get up to 50 slips per sweet potato. So depending on how many plants you want to put out in the garden, keep that in mind. So you might not need as many, as I do, but I, again, have those little kids that love sweet potatoes. So that's what we're doing in our garden. So to do that, you're just going to take that sweet potato and cut it in half. Now for this one, I am using a mason jar, just a glass mason jar. I cut it in half, and I put 3, you can do as many toothpicks as you need to keep it above water. You just want the sweet potato half in water and half in the air so that it's going to produce those slips for you. Now, the other thing is you can't just put this guy downstairs and forget about him. You want to keep him in a nice heated area, so a warm windowsill. I keep mine down here on a heat mat, just because then I have all my plants together. It's easier for me to do that. And then you're going to want to be changing the water on these containers about every other day, every 2 to 3 days, something along that line, so that it's not getting dingy and dirty. You want to keep it clean for them. And then when you have quite a lengthy guy, they should start producing some leaves. So as you can see on the end here, hopefully, they're getting a little green color on there. So I'm hoping that this guy gets some leaves on him soon. And then we will show you guys how to twist those off and put those into water. We'll do that in another video coming up soon. So again, regular sweet potato from the store, cut in half, put in a glass of water, and then just kind of watch it. So that's all you gotta do for this. Okay, so now method number 2 that I just learned about that I'm really excited to try this year. Again, you take that regular store-bought sweet potato and you let it sprout. So from there, we're gonna cut it in half and we're gonna plant it in some dirt. Makes sense. I mean, the sweet potatoes grow in dirt in the garden, so why wouldn't they grow in dirt in here? So we're gonna take that sweet potato and cover it with the regular soil that I'm using to start my soil blocks. And again, if you don't have that mix, check out that other video on soil blocks. So we're gonna take just regular soil mix and put it in there and just keep it like a regular plant. So I have been told that these guys sprout faster, they produce more sweet potatoes, and they do really well as far as transplanting them out into the garden. So I'm really excited to start that method too. So hopefully we will get that going pretty quick here too. I'm waiting for some more sweet potatoes to start sprouting, but hopefully any day now. I see a couple starting, so that's good and exciting. So check back on the channel and we will keep you updated on our sweet potatoes.
Hey guys, thanks for following along on the channel today. As always, please like and subscribe. Can you say hello? And follow us on Instagram. We're at Amber's Home and Harvest. And I would love to see your gardens too, so please hashtag Home and Harvest so I can follow along with your gardens and watch them thrive. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Thanks again for following along. We'll see you later. Say bye.